So I'm back in. My next video is going to be about and around mental health. But first, look how cute he is. Say hello. Ah. I'm joined by my dog. But yeah. So to start us off, I've got some stats about mental health. So, mental health and behavioural problems such as depression, anxiety and drug use are reported to be the primary drivers of disabilities worldwide, causing over 4 million years of disabilities in 20 to 29-year-olds. When you think about that, that's a large number. Mixed anxiety and depression is the most common mental disorder in Britain alone, with 7.8% of people meeting the criteria to get diagnosed with depression or anxiety. Like, that has grown over the years, and it's still growing, even like right now. 4 to 10% of people in England will experience depression in their lifetime. Like, no matter when, it can just come. Do you know what I mean? In 2015, 6,188 suicides were recorded in the UK. Of these, 75% were male and 25% were female. Like, that's 2015, we're in what? 2017 now. And between 2003 and 2013, 18,220 people with mental health problems took their own life. Like, 18,220 people, that's a lot of people. Like, that's a huge number who actually did take their own life due and down to mental health problems. Like, and every year that's growing again. Like, numbers are just getting bigger and bigger. It's like, what's up? What? I'm going, Rex, come here, come on, go there. Yeah, and I've got like people's stories and that. Well, a person's story alongside mine. And they've said I can use the real names, but I'm not going to. Because I did say, like, in the first place, it's going to be all confidential, and it is. So we'll start off with this. Let me just get it. There. Oh, Conor Maynard. So, like, I put a status up, if any of you've seen it, asking if anyone wants to take part. And let's call them... What can I call them? Jodie. Jodie was like, hey, saw your status, I'd be happy to help out, but she'd rather me ask questions. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. So first of all, I was like, so do you have have you had a mental illness at all? And Jodie was like, I have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, hidden voices, suicide, thoughts and self-harming. So I was like, how long have you been dealing with all of this? And then Jodie was like, since the age of 9, when I started self-harm. However, looking back, I've probably had anxiety since the age of 5. So I was like, is there any particular reason why you suffer from it? Or is it like a load of things which have built up? And then Jodie was like, I developed the PTSD after being in an abusive relationship which he physically hurt and sexually hurt and raped me. I also received bullying from the age of 5 until I was 15 every day. So I was like, oh my god, that's just like below low. But during that time when all of this was going on, going back then, how did you feel and what was going through your mind? And Jodie was like, that if I left him, he'd hurt my mum. He already threatened to kill her, so I stayed with him. I woke up every morning not wanting to be alive to kill myself. I feel numb. I started making myself sick. Stopped eating and losing weight just to please him. So then I was like, how long did this go on for? How long was it before you thought, hang on a second, this isn't right? And Jodie put, I was with him on and off since the age of 11 or 12 until I was 15. I still think that was acceptable, as I wasn't good enough. I failed, I should have done better. I was like, right, okay, and why do you still think that when that wasn't the way at all? The mental health issue I face makes me believe, this is what Jodie said, believe it was my fault and I didn't do anything to stop it. It makes me feel like I deserve what happened, if that makes sense. I was like, yeah, I get that, but it's not your fault anyway, and you definitely did not deserve that. So if you have, how long did it take you to tell your family, or whoever you told, if you did, about it all? And Jodie was like, my family still don't know everything that happened between me and that boy. They know he raped me, but I couldn't even tell my family to their faces. I had to write it down as I felt ashamed and dirty, but it took me 2 months roughly to say I was raped to anyone. I was like, right, okay, and how did they take it? It felt like they were judging me, angry, and didn't understand. I was like, so how long did it take them before they started to understand, and how do you cope with it? Or now, going from day to day. And Jodie put, about nearly a year, and it's hard coping. I get flashbacks and nightmares some days. I can't face the world, but just gotta push myself. And then I put, have you received any professional help over this? And then Jodie was like, have had some help, but it never helped. I was like, how long did it take to get referred, or how long was the waiting time for the appointments and that? And Jodie was like, took about a month to be referred, and nearly 3 months until I was assessed, and then another month on top before seeing the correct person. I was like, right, okay, and when you finally seen the right person, did they help or not? She's like, no, I just feel like they were judging me and forcing me to talk about stuff I wasn't ready to. It felt like they didn't believe me. And then I put, did you go to sessions? How long were they? And how many did you have until it ended? She's like, yeah, I had about 10 sessions and lasted an hour. I was like, was that too long or too short, do you think? And was more sessions offered to you if you needed or wanted them? And she was like, more sessions were offered, but I said no, as I felt they were judging me. I was like, right, okay, and for anyone who's going through this, what would you like to say? And she was like, speak out, don't be afraid that she's always here, but you don't know her name, so that's a bit like, no, like for this. Things may be hard right now, but if I can get through them, anyone can. So I was like, just said thank you and that, but still, I like hear me one else. That's just their story, and there's like thousands upon thousands of stories. Everyone's got their own story to tell, including me, and you'll hear about that in a bit. But like, the government are making cuts. I get that they need to make cuts, you know what I mean, but they're making cuts to the wrong things. Like, they've cut, well, in Liverpool, where I took my counselling, I don't hate that, they've cut their funding, and most of them was lots of jobs, and I'm like, instead of cutting funding from services where they're helping other people, no matter how old or young, like, there's plenty of other places where you can cut funding from who really don't need as much funding as they're getting. But it's like the government is just overriding the fact that mental health is now one of the top health conditions, and they're prepared to take away services, and then like whenever they look at like all the stats and whatever, they're thinking, why is like say suicide or attempted suicide at the top? Well, it's purely because they're taken away. And that's not right in any sense whatsoever. And they're just idiots. Like, our government is shit. And it's even got more shit since fucking what's her face been in. So you just need to have a good think about thinking how we'll just pull funding from there and everywhere. My phone's gonna die really, and I don't know what to do. I'll carry on. I'll speak faster. And another thing, this Sarah or whatever the fuck it's called, the app. Literally, it was fun at first. Even I had it. But I've got a best mate. They're not gonna load because my internet's on. No, when you're like trying to blank people and then you need to turn the internet on to load photos. And it shows that you're online. It's awful, isn't it? Oh my god, why aren't you loading? Do all that right. Turn the internet off. And she's with someone in a proper happy, stable, like, relationship, and I'm so happy for them. Like, they make a perfect couple. Like, they really go good together. And she had Sarah, and people was posting nice stuff, I was, and other people was just being so low. Like, it proper angered me. At the time we weren't speaking, but we are now. But it was proper angering me that people can go to like a low level. Like, she has sent me some screenshots of examples because I wanted to use. What's my hair doing? So yeah, I'll just read them out. So one was like, "Oh, put your dummy in because you're crying fake tears. What's up? You've got no family to wipe them away for you anymore. Shush, little baby, don't you cry. Haha, don't not cry when she says bye to you. You're just like a baby who fets over stupid things. Me, you never cry over anything important. Seriously, no wonder none of your family loves you or loved you. Ha. Watch me blow a girlfriend's messenger up now with everything you do behind her back. Guess saying your bars to her. By the way, I'm happy I fucked that top up as well. You deserve to get abused by me. Ginger, I look like an orange. Sexy, everything about you is so ugly. Listen, why are you telling everyone what I did to you? I'm gonna make sure people think you're lying about it. You deserved it. You seriously did. I miss you like mad. By the way, I'm happy I fucked that top up as well. Oh, I've read that one. A girlfriend doesn't deserve you. Why do you lie about everything? Why are you so ugly? You look like you've been beaten with an ugly stick. Your girlfriend can do better than you. You're a cheat and a liar. You treat girls like shit and hate them, thinking you're God's gift. You're disgusting. Drop dead ugly cunt. Haha, and a girlfriend's name. Shut up, you wasn't saying that the other day. You was telling everyone that she should jump because she's so depressing. And I think that's it. Yeah. And I know, like, this person has had like a proper bad time dealing with everything. But people don't understand that words do affect people more than people let on. And like, say if you tell someone to drop dead, literally, what would you do if the next day you found out they literally did kill themselves or attempt to, or because you said that, because you're just like a low life scum? And people who try and break two people up, who you can see are generally happy and generally do love each other, they're nothing but jealous. They are jealous because you're in a relationship, you're happy as you've ever been, and they're just still alone. Like, online bullying is a big thing in this platform. This app is just another way of people to hide behind a keyboard And like I say, why hard? Why not just come forward and own your shit? But people are too scared to get that label of a bully. And we found out of the person who wrote this, so I gave them a little message, and then they went on to say, well, I got bullied when I was a kid, and I was like, that doesn't make it all right for you to bully other people. Like, people do take their lives over bullying. It can get that bad where it can turn physical, it can turn emotional, it can turn into anything. But people who do it, like people who do, but I'm gonna have a sick by the way, so sorry. People who do bully and people who do push people to the edge, I've got no, like, they literally should be like burnt alive or something, because I've got no time for people like that. I've got no time for people who are happy with giving other people a hard time. I'm not okay with that. I'm not. And people who do it behind the keyboard on a platform where they can hide behind the keyboard are the worst ones. Like, they're the worst type of people, because it just proves that they have to hide to say what they really think of people. No, mate, don't think so. Like, it really annoys me. I need a lighter. What works? Does this lighter work? Yeah. And seriously, why? So yeah, I did say I'd open up. I've, like, not many people know my story. So if there's any family watching, and this is how you're finding out, I'm really sorry. Like, my mum knows and that, like, close people know, but not most people. I don't like this song. So yeah, like, I think all mine started in like maybe year 8, I think. And I started self-harm, and my cousin seen it and was like, what happened to you? And I was like, I fell into a bush. A bush. What type of bush? Like, don't know, one on the floor. A fucking bush. I said, a bush. Like, a bush can do that much damage to an arm, do you know what I mean? I have tried to take my own life twice. Obviously it didn't work because I'm still here. And it was only last year. Was it last year? No, the beginning of this year. Last year, the beginning of this year. I started self-harm really badly, to the point where I was waking up and doing it. I was getting out the bath and doing it. Like, I was just cutting my leg apart. I've got scars and everything. You can't really see them with it. No. I mean, I've got a cut on my leg now. I've done that when I was shaving. It's terrible. But, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Hang on. How do I turn my camera around? Oh shit, I can't, can I? I don't know if you'll be able to see them properly. But yeah, and the deeper I went, the better I felt. So I did go pretty deep. And in the end, I was sat there, because like I used to just like zone out when I was doing it, so I didn't know where he went to stop. And I remember sitting there thinking, I need to get help. I need to get professional help, or I am gonna die, like kill myself. So I kind of moved out. I was with my partner at the time, staying in theirs and that. And I went to my doctor. Just broke down to my doctor. I was like, I need help. She was like, why? So I could have shown my leg, but I took pictures of it to show to my doctor. I'm not a psycho like that, I just take pictures. And she sent me to the mental health unit. Nowhere do like proper section here. And I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna be in here. Got the assessment done and got referred to YPAS, Young People's Advisory in Liverpool. Took a few months and I got my appointment. I wasn't gonna go first. I was sat on the bus going into town and I was like, let's just get off and go home. But I went, and my counsellor Rob, he is amazing. Like, he is proper amazing. And as the weeks were going on and I was going on that, I used to sit there for an hour in silence. I wouldn't speak to him, and in the end I did. But because I speak with my hands, he used to mirror what I was doing, why he was giving me his like advice or whatever. And literally, like now I don't go anymore. I've been written off and that. But we are in contact a lot. But like I was carrying year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11, college, first year of college, second, for about 8 years of shit I was carrying on my shoulders. And for me to have about 12 sessions, hour sessions with a stranger as well, it did really help. Like, it was hard, don't get me wrong. I never cried in front of him, no, that's one thing I never done. I never cried in front of Rob. But I shouted at him, I screamed at him, like literally every emotion apart from crying I think he's seen. But he turned around to me and was like, why can't you look at me when you're speaking to me? And I was like, what? And he was like, you literally can't look at me. I was like, yeah, I know, because I don't want to. Like, but that did help. Like, some days I wake up and I'm like, I'm not moving. Like, just because I've been to counselling doesn't mean to say I'm magically cured. Like, I don't suffer with like depression or nothing. I still do, every day. So some days I don't want to speak to no one. Some days I can't shut up. Some days I want to go out. Some days I don't. I feel like me and Rob think I'm socially awkward, and I've got like, what's it called? What's it called? Social anxiety. Because I can't walk into a crowded room if I don't know a single person and speak. I can't walk into a group of new people and be like, hello, my name's Nick. I literally can't speak to people who I don't know in person. Over the phone, text, whatever I can. But over the phone, no. Like sitting here now, I don't think you can tell, but I'm a nervous fucking wreck and I'm only recording myself, like, but I know it's going up and everyone's going to watch it and shit. But like I said, many people don't know because I refer to myself as a psycho. I'm not a psycho, but in ways I am, but not like the psycho type way, do you know what I mean? And like, I've had many people walk away because they get to know my story and they get to know what I've been through, and like, me, that's only made me a better person today, do you know what I mean? And I think my message to anyone who is dealing with it, who's in my case been to counselling but is still there, or people who are thinking of getting help but are not, literally do it. I know it's terrifying, and I know you don't want to, and I know all the emotions will come with that. Hello, boy. But do it, because in the long run it will help, and it really will. I mean, look at me, and other people as well. Like, going back a year ago, I couldn't recognise myself, but now I know what I'm about, type thing. So yeah, like, basically, don't be afraid to speak out. Like I've said in my little intro on this, I am here for anyone, no matter what time of day or night. If I don't reply, it's either because I'm working or I'm asleep, but I will get back to you. But literally, do not be afraid, speak out. What are you doing? And get a dog. Dog helps as well. Dogs do both, don't you? Yeah, do you? Yeah, come on, move. So yeah, just even like write stuff down and either burn it, rip it, do whatever you want with it, but don't keep it, because you can always go back and look at it. But literally write things down, and like I always say, that my depression and everything else is like a volcano, and I take as much as I can until it's like at the tip, and then it erupts, and then all the mad shit happens. Like I've turned to drugs, I've turned to drinking. Like I said, I used to self-harm really badly, tried to take my own life. I've grew apart from people who we used to be really close to. I still don't speak to people. That's a work in progress though, but still, do not take it out on yourself or other people. Mainly yourself, other people maybe, but not yourself, because it's not your fault. You've got no control over it. It just comes and then it stays, do you know what I mean? So, just do not be afraid, and you're never alone. Like, you don't understand how many people are literally sitting there right now going through it. Like, it's unreal. And people need to be more aware of it as well, because people think it's like some big mad bad thing, and it's literally not. It just proves that we are human, we do feel, and we do have struggles, but we will get through it and come out the other side a bigger and better person because of it. So yeah, just don't be afraid. I know it's scary, but do not be afraid, because in the end it does get better. It's a long way, and it's a long road to recovery, but still it does get better. So yeah, lightening up the mood a bit. People have been still asking me questions about picked from from yesterday. So I've picked like my most favourite ones, the most random ones. So the first one is, if you have to choose one word to describe yourself, what would you choose and why? I'd choose psycho. One, because I'm just mad, like the quote on my arm. As mad as lost as Alice, as mad as the Hatter. I got that a few years ago, because at the time I was as lost as Alice, and I was madder than the Hatter. So yeah, a psycho. Who named you? I'm hoping it was my mum. Who named you? Seriously. I think it was my mum. I'm wishing it was my mum. Maybe it weren't. I don't know. What are my parents like? My mum is like amazing. She's a bit crazy. I think she's losing the plot a bit. Might be time to put her in the care home. If you're watching, mum, I didn't mean that at all. I love you loads. But yeah, who do you respect the most? Oh, my nan. My nan is just my life. Like, she's amazing, you need to meet me nan. I might do a video with me nan, just keep tuning for that one. What are the first things you do when you wake up? Well, I wake up obviously, and then I struggle to find my phone. Half the time I wake up thinking it's going to be fully charged, and it's not, because I forgot to put it on charge. I read my messages, but then forget to reply until like 12 o'clock. I go on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Then I lay there for about 5 minutes, debating whether to get out of bed or not. Then I get out of bed, get a quick shower, go down, do my morning shake, have a banana, and then go out. When did you last climb a tree? Do you know what? I haven't climbed a tree for years, but when I was a kid, I used to climb lampposts instead of trees. But one day, I had the new Everton kit and climbed up a lamppost and caught the back of my leg, and know where it creases, and slit open. There was blood everywhere, ruined my kit. Awful. Is that it? I thought there was more. Oh, that's it. So yeah, yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll probably do another video in the next few days, because you've been lucky tonight and we've got two. But for me and him, Rex, say bye. Oh, say bye then. Say bye. Wow. What? Why are you smelling me hat, you meth? He's a proper meth, isn't he? But yeah. Half an hour video. Let's hope you watch it till the end, eh? So yeah. That's all for me. And why am I moving? Why don't my phone Rex? Oh, you can have a look at my room now. Right. That's my telly. And then up there I've got pictures. I'm sat on my floor. That's my bed. I've got pictures of my door as well. That corner is just a shit corner, as you can tell. I really need to clean my room. And then like my games and my DVDs. So yeah. It's not on my windowsill. But yeah, why is it only off my face? I don't know. But that's it. I'm done, and I'm going to have my tea. I don't know what to have though. So yeah, just watch like Scrub. I can't even speak. I have made a Facebook page as well. I'll copy and paste the link somewhere. Go over and like that as well. And yeah, there's more to come. So keep your eye out. Bye.